everybody. Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media Channel. This is your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. And today, guys, we are here to go over the Second Sight Films December announcements. Now, I don't always do the Second Sight announcements, but this month's pretty big. We've got one that's been long awaited for like 3 years. I think they announced this like 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, something like that. But it's been a while, like since they actually announced that they were doing this, and now it's finally announced. And then there's one that just felt like it came out of nowhere. That personally I was like really excited about. So I felt like this was worth doing a standalone video for. And look, guys, before we get into it, hit the subscribe button. If you're not familiar with the Mid-Level Media channel, we talk about physical media here. We talk about new releases, upcoming titles. We break news like this, all kinds of stuff. If you want to be in the know on physical media in 2025, you come here to Mid-Level Media. Hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button, and then comment down below. What are you looking forward to that Second Sight Films is putting out in the month of December? All right. And if you're not familiar with Second Sight, guys, they're a UK company label, so you do have to import these titles. But because of places like Orbit DVD, websites like Orbit DVD, also Diabolic DVD, they make the importing easy for you if you're in the States. Now, if you're in the UK, you'll probably use Second Sight Films website, but I'll provide all the links down below: the Diabolic DVD link, the Orbit DVD link. Maybe Movie Room has this as well. I may put them down there as well. And then Second Sight Films. So I'll put all the links for all these releases, guys, so you guys have the options down below in the description. And let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Is this what I want to do? No, let me put myself at the top. All right, guys. So the first one I want to get into is we'll come back to Possession. That's a big beefy box set right there. I have to talk about Re-Animator first. So they announced a big ass chunky box set for Stuart Gordon's Re-Animator, and it to me it looks beautiful. I love the look of this box set. I think it looks fantastic. It kind of has a little bit of that Arrow, that like old school Arrow video vibe to it, with the head, and you got Jeffrey Combs in the middle right there. So I like that, and I appreciate that as well. So this thing is on the Second Sight Films website for $45. And I think on Orbit it's $48.99, and I think on Diabolic it's $49.99. So it's a little bit more expensive. And then, with the shipping costs, it's going to run you about $54 to get this. Now, I will say also, Orbit and Diabolic, at least I know for sure, seem to be like, I've never paid for a tariff charge. Like, I know the big thing is with tariffs and all that. I personally never paid for it. So I don't think Orbit or Diabolic, like, they're either eating the cost themselves or they're doing something to get out of it. One of the two. So because I've never had to pay like a tariff fee or anything like that. So, and I heard multiple people reached out to me and was asking me about that today. So I wanted to bring it up. But yeah, guys, this thing is really, let me do this differently, guys. I don't like the way that this is that this looks. We'll do it this way, and I'll try to scroll up, make this a little bit higher up. So yeah, I love the look of this. Now, obviously, guys, if you're in the States, Ignite Films did a great looking box set earlier this year. I think they announced it last December, actually, but it was back in April when they put that out. And it was exclusive to their website. But at the time, like, that was, for me, it was a little bit more expensive. It would cost a little bit more than I was willing to spend. Okay. I'm not trying to disparage Ignite Films for what they did, for what the cost was, all that kind of stuff, because from what I hear from tons of people, they did a fantastic job. And I don't think I've heard from anybody that was unhappy with that release. So being it so that they all paid $80 for it and everybody was happy with it, that has to speak to how great that release was. So I don't want to take anything away from what Ignite Films did, but for me, like, I like Re-Animator a lot. It is not one of those films that I'm willing to pay $80 for one release of that movie. It just isn't. But at $50, it is worth that to me. So I definitely jumped all over this Second Sight Films edition, and I'm so happy they put this out there, because because they're doing a standard version of the Ignite Films with the slipcover. I almost got that. I almost pre-ordered that, I think off of Orbitz a month or so ago, and it was like $33. So to spend a little bit extra money to get this nice box set, with also a booklet and all the same features that the Ignite Films one has, like that was totally worth it for me. Like, look at the artwork on the inside, guys. Look at that on the booklet. That is so freaking cool. So cool. Like I said, I like Re-Animator a lot. When it comes to me, like and Stuart Gordon, though, like I'm a little bit of a bigger fan of From Beyond. But I do like this movie a lot. And I do like I'm hoping that it is going to deliver like no other on 4K, because there's people that say that Ignite Films 4K, and I believe it's the same restoration, is like one of the best 4Ks of the year. So I am really looking forward to watching this one on 4K for the first time. But yeah, guys, that Ignite Films, I'm sure they killed it, did a great job. I do think $80 was a little bit much. I think that maybe that release should have been 65, 70. I get it. They're a smaller company and all that, but I get it. But I think that should have been just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit cheaper, 10, $15, and I might have got it. I might have got it. But sometimes that's all the difference, guys. That 10, that $15 is all the difference sometimes. But incredible, incredible looking box set. And this comes out on December the 8th, I believe. Yes, December the 8th. And the pre-order is up right now, guys. So, but the cool thing about before we dive into the special features, the cool thing about Second Sight is they give you different options. Like you have a regular standard 4K, you're not going to get a slip on it or anything, and then you got a regular standard Blu-ray. So if you want to pay 26 to get this, just a standard edition with all the special features, and that's a 4K scan as well, I'm sure. You can do that. You can go that option, and it's going to be a little bit cheaper to do that, right? So let's go back here and see what this thing's got. So this is a new 4K restoration approved by producer Brian Usna. UHD presented in HDR with Dolby Vision. Dual format 3-disc edition, including one UHD and two Blu-rays with main feature and bonus features on both discs. All right, so you got two Blu-rays and then one 4K. You've also got includes the integral version in HD. So I'm not exactly sure what that is. Somebody let me know in the comment section if anything here, because I did not do the comparison, guys. I probably should have. But if this has anything that the Ignite does not have, let me know in the comment section, and vice versa as well. But there is a new audio commentary here with Eddie Falvey. So that is something that is new here that the Ignite does not have. You also got a couple more audio commentaries. Commentary with Stuart Gordon, commentary Brian Usna. Then you got the Cosmic Horror of H.P. Lovecraft, a video essay by Mike Munzer. Re-Animator, like that, I feel like might be new, that video essay. But again, let me know. Re-Animator at 40, conversation with actors Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton and producer Brian Usna. So that I know was exclusive to the Ignite Films release, and now they're including that on this release. So that is cool. Also, guys, always keep in mind that the Ignite Films release is for the US. This is for the UK. So it is cool that the UK is getting their own version. Like, I feel like people get like not confused, but they're just like caught up in their own like world, I guess, and they think that everything is for them, like from all the different regions. And people in the US would be like, I've already got the Ignite version. I don't need the Second Sight version. What, this is stupid. Why are they re-releasing stuff and blah blah blah? It's like it's different countries, guys. Like this is their release. Like we have our release. This is theirs. If you want it, you can get it, but it's not for you really. Like it's for the UK audience. So I think that's important to remember. The UK now gets a very nice addition. Maybe they didn't want to have to import, an $80 box set. I'm sure that might have jumped it up to like 120 to get that in the UK to have to import that. So it's nice that they're getting a good release as well. Piece by piece, cutting Re-Animator, an interview with editor Lee Percy, Susie Sorority, the good college boy, an interview with actor Caroline Purdy Gordon. Then you have the horror of it all, the legacy and impact of Re-Animator, Barbara Crampton in conversation, a guide to Lovecraftian cinema, Re-Animator resurrects, interview with director Stuart Gordon and Brian Usna, interview with writer Dennis Paoli. So I'm sure that these interviews right here are probably from the Arrow Video version, which I do have. That's the only version I have. I have the Arrow Video Blu-ray Steelbook. So I'm thinking that all these interviews are from the Arrow version. So cool they ported those over as well. Extended scenes, deleted scenes, theatrical trailer, TV spots, all that stuff, guys. All that good stuff. Then you got a rigid slipcase with new artwork by Krishna Shoni. I love the artwork, guys. I think it's great artwork. Then you got a 120-page book with new essays by Sean Abley, Becky Dark, Lindsay Hallam, Josh Hurtado. I'm not going to bother butchering all these names, guys, but Michelle Kistner. But good stuff. Oh, Justin LaLiberty, who works at Vinegar Syndrome, is on here as well, so that's very cool. Yeah, great stuff, guys. Again, keep in mind the 4K on this will be region free, but the Blu-ray will be region B. So keep that in mind. Like you're to get to watch all the special features you have, and if you're in the States, you have to have a region free player. So always keep that in mind as well. But I mean, I think it looks great, guys. I really do. I'm excited to get this. I pre-ordered it instantly because I'll be honest, I was a little bit I've kind of been regretful about not getting the Ignite Films release like all year. I've been a little bit regretful about it. And I've almost gotten it so many times. I'm like, what am I doing? I talk about physical media. I should be in the know on like one of the best, what people are saying is the best release of the year. Should I just get this? But I wanted to stick to my guns. I'm like, no, $80 is too much. It's just too much for one movie that I just like a lot, but I don't love this film. But again, $50, like that's a good enough price point for me to jump into a nice box set of a movie that I really like. So it just goes to show you that sometimes it is when you wait, it's rewarded. You know, you're rewarded sometimes, and I was definitely rewarded in this scenario. Let's talk about this Possession box set. I hope this image doesn't get me in trouble. I'm going to switch to the smaller image just in case. But Possession is a batshit crazy horror film from the early 80s. I want to say this was 81 or 82. It's got Sam Neill in it. It's got one of the most memorable scenes in a subway that I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a crazy film. I watched the Umbrella edition because Umbrella did a 4K of this actually, and I've got the nice Umbrella box set. I don't need this, and I will not get this. I'm kind of tempted to though. It's a beautiful box set, but I won't. I will not get this set. Um, but yeah, it's a batshit crazy movie. I enjoyed it, but just know going in, like this is one you might not want to blind buy. You might want to watch this one on like Tubi or something before you. I think it is on Tubi before you grab this one. But it's got multiple books. It's a very chunky box set. Looks about the size of the Hitcher box set, honestly. Maybe even the well, I think the Hitcher and Texas Chainsaw Massacre were pretty close in size, but it's probably along those lines. Um, but let's see if this thing maybe potentially has some new stuff in it. Again, I don't know everything that the Umbrella edition had, but I do know it was pretty stacked and loaded with special features. This one also comes out December the 8th. It's 62.44 to get this, so this one's a little bit more expensive. And let me go out here real quick because this one also has a 4K and a Blu-ray, 2610 to just get the Blu-ray, and then 2838. So this shows you that you are paying the extra for the extra books in this set. But let's see, a new producer. So they're saying this is a new producer approved 4K restoration presented in HDR with Dolby Vision. That might be important to note. I think this is a new restoration from what Umbrella did a couple years ago. I do believe this is a new restoration. And somebody, again, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the Umbrella version had HDR and Dolby Vision. I don't think it did. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I off of memory, I don't think that the Umbrella version had Dolby Vision HDR. So, but I do think this is a new restoration, again, approved by the producer. You got dual format, 3-disc edition, including one UHD, two Blu-rays. Again, keep in mind if you're in the States, the two Blu-rays will be region B, the 4K will be region free, but you still have to have that region free player to watch the special features. Or hold on, guys. A lot of the times with Second Sight, and I don't want to say this is a 100% fact, but a lot of times with Second Sight, they will put the features on the 4K. So you might still be able to watch the features on the 4K for these releases because I have seen that before. Let's see. The North American re-edits, newly restored from an archive print. That might be new, guys. And then you got a new audio commentary with Allison Taylor and Alexander Heller Nicholas, audio commentary, a couple more audio commentaries with the director. Oh, damn. Another new audio commentary here with Daniel Bird and Manuela Lazic, the North American re-edit. Let's see. The Horror of Normality, Guillermo del Toro on Possession. I wonder if that's new. I don't is this stuff new? The Shadow We Carry, Cat Ellinger on Possession. Repossessed, the film's UK and US reception. Director, archive documentary. Let's see, A Divided City, the Berlin locations, the sounds of possession, interview with composer. Our Friend in the West, an interview with producer Christian Ferry. A featurette on poster artist Barbara Basha. And let's see, The Other Side of the Wall, The Making of Possession. So this thing's stacked with features, guys. But you got a rigid slipcase. You've got a 220-page hardback book with new essays by Daniel Bird, Elena Lazick, and Allison Taylor. So, and then you got some sketches in there as well, the creature sketches. Let's see. And then you got a 211-page original shooting script book with notes by, I cannot pronounce the director's names, guys. I'm sorry. But you got a 211-page script book, and then you got a 220-page hardback book with new essays, plus sketches and stuff like that. So you got 2 books in this set, 6 collector art cards. It looks great, guys. It really does. It really looks like a great box set. You know, if this was me like 2 or 3 years ago, I probably would have jumped on this. But again, I've already got a nice box set of Possession from Umbrella. This may be a better 4K, but I don't know how many times I'm going to revisit this movie, honestly. So I got to think about that as well. But it is a really it's a really cool movie though. It's definitely worth checking out for sure. But yeah, that's Possession on 4K, Re-Animator on 4K. They also re-released the Pusher trilogy, a 4K and a Blu-ray of that. These are standard versions because they did a box set, and I don't think they did standard versions at the time. But you got the regular Blu-ray for 34.05, and then you got the Pusher trilogy 4K for 45.41, which I didn't get this set because I've got the Umbrella version as well. But that's it, guys. That is Second Sight Films in December. And I mean, I've been kind of down on Second Sight this year in 2025. They haven't released a ton of stuff that I've been super interested in. I did put in a pre-order the other day for the Florida Project, also Pearl as well. And I got the Nice Guys. And then I think this one will be the 4th Second Sight release that I've gotten in 2025. So, but exciting stuff, guys. I'm excited for Re-Animator. Like for me, it was worth holding out and worth waiting to save that extra, to save that $30 on the release. And I love Second Sight, and it's going to match with all my other Second Sights on the shelf. And plus, I really like the artwork. I like the green, guys. I just think that matches with Re-Animator. Not that the Ignite Films artwork wasn't great, but that's a black box set. And I like it being all green. I just think that matches the feel of Re-Animator. But that's my thoughts, guys. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments section below. Turn on bell notifications for all future videos. Like, subscribe, comments, all that good stuff. And again, I'm going to link all these down below in the description, and we will see you next time.